of fun.
What's up, guys? We're doing an on the fly. Is that a term?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Impromptu episode because I happen to have my camera out. And we're all fucking chilling, and I got some stuff we want to talk about. Am I in focus, Eric?
Yeah.
You're not Eric.
I'm now.
Well, anyway, so welcome to this quasi episode. No, it is. It's a real episode of Backlog Media.
This is just as good as all the rest of them.
But it's different. Dakota was out of focus just now. Anyway, especially one of the big reasons we want to do this because we got our man RJ here, but we couldn't get him.
I've explained why I was missing earlier.
Yes, I'm doing this intro after we already started filming. You'll see. Just stick around. But here's a watch. Wait. Okay. Cool intro. So we're doing an episode on the road today because RJ's back in town.
Hey, it's me. I've been away because I've been trekking across America with my baby, and I've been uniting America together, and I have to stop the death stranding.
It is worth noting that RJ, before we started filming, threw his baby in a trash can.
Yeah, that was like the grand finale.
Yeah, he quit.
I don't need it anymore. Here's just a little thing that they don't want you to know. The yellow M&M killed Jeffrey Epstein.
Don't film me. I don't want any part of that.
Okay, well, I mean, it's controversial, but I'm brave enough to say.
I would say it's the truth, yeah. Well, if enough people hear the truth, then I don't think you'll be targeted.
I think that didn't happen, and that you guys definitely aren't going to have accidents soon.
Ooh, Blade Monthly. The world's #1 pubic?
I think it says... Oh, wait a minute.
I don't know.
I almost, looking at it through the camera, I almost said, get the knife out of the way so I can see it.
Yeah, magazines always do this, where they're like, oh, look at us, we're covering the...
Yeah, like you're supposed to be in on it.
Like, I know. Oh, I was supposed to look for a magazine for my mom. This will be a fun thing for the podcast.
What one?
Well, actually, I was supposed to look for it at so...
Well,
it's probably here, too.
Well, but she's not going to come here, because it's, like, a lot farther.
I thought you were buying it for her.
All this stays in. Some horror Famous Monsters of Filmland is a good magazine. But there is, well, I mean, that's an oxymoron. No good magazines are good, because we have the internet now. But Famous Monsters...
They're kind of nice to hold.
I mean, they're nice to hold.
Like, I like this.
But...
Is the Phantom of the Opera a monster? Isn't he just a guy who's deformed?
He's a burned guy.
Yeah, burned guys are monsters.
Burned guys are monsters.
This is a cool...
Actually, the original Phantom of the Opera, I read the novel, and I saw the original film. In the original film and the novel, he's deformed from birth.
Wait, when did the original come out?
Oh, that's even worse.
The
I've only
film?
Yeah.
Like 20s. I don't know what year exactly. It's good. You should check it out. Check out the Phantom of the Opera with Lon Chaney.
I do want to see it.
Down at Universal during their Halloween Horror Nights thing, they did like the big scary monsters, and the Phantom of the Opera was one of them.
Well, he's like a supervillain in the original novel and the silent film.
Well, it's just he's not a monster though.
Well, yeah.
He's a deformed guy.
I think he's Halloween appropriate.
Would you describe Jeffrey Dahmer as a guy or a monster?
Both.
Okay, well now we're getting into different territory. The manga used to be over here. Now we just got Fall of Angels.
This is a manga. They've got.
What's in here?
I've read Carrie and Salem's Lot. They're both really good. Salem's Lot
in here? I would actually buy this.
Yeah, this is a pretty good value.
Claire was saying on the last episode of the podcast that the Carrie movie is bad. Do you agree?
I don't think anyone in the world agrees, but I don't have a strong opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't have a strong opinion, but yeah, I don't agree forwardly about it.
I've never been that interested
really
in Carrie.
I'm trying to observe the full title of this manga, which is High School Prodigies Have It Easy Even in Another World.
That's kind of a good title, but I don't like the art. So
I think it's gonna be bad.
I like the art because I like big breasts.
Don't you like this one? This is on my two.
I actually wanted to buy this.
What's this called again?
Kurosagi Corpse Delivery Service. It's like a horror.
This was on my to read list for years, and I never got around to it. Strictly because I like the art on the books. Like I like the brown and the red and shit.
I hear it's very good. Hey, this is like one of my favorite manga. Hey, look at this presentation.
It's gorgeous.
It's $1 million.
It's like wasn't it $40?
It's the retail. I mean, you can get it like half off online, but the retail is 30. Actually, 30.
Plug that website you want me to use.
Oh, instocktrades.com.
Because I want to check it out.
Yeah, instocktrades.com is the best place to get comic books online. Manga, comic books. Anime. No, they always have... They've got a lot of stuff to choose from, and That's like where I buy all of my comic collections if I can. If I can get it from Insect Trades, I do.
This is legit really good.
What is this?
This is a thing.
Oh, is that the Nintendo Power one?
Yes, this is a full-on manga that they ran on Nintendo Power.
Flip the back.
It's based on A Link to the Past. I actually have one of the original trades of this. That's like impossible to find.
How much is
now.
it?
$20.
Is this the entirety?
I don't have
Yeah,
that one.
it's like
I would kind of buy it.
Yeah, no, this is-
I don't think I'm going to get it today,
yeah,
but
this is really, really good.
that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
This is my type of art, too.
No,
I
this
love
this is super good. There's also a Super Mario World, one of these also that's really good.
Quit playing around. Where's Mob Psycho?
They didn't have Punk on that. They had Goblin Slayer.
Oh, there you go. Volume.
I love Mob Psycho, but I've never read the manga. I just like the art is deliberately bad. It's great, but the show is amazing, and the show has some of the best animation I've ever
That's
seen.
the official Ruby companion. Thank God, I love Rooster Teeth so much.
What's this? What's Evangelion Anima?
What? Flip it open. I don't know. I love Ava.
Wait, let me
For
look
those
at
who
that
don't
here.
know who watch the show,
What if
this is, like,
reluctant
my
hero
favorite.
Akari Shinji had saved the world?
I don't give a... Wait.
No, oh wait,
Oh,
it's a
it's a
novel.
Super don't care.
It's a light novel, the lowest form of art. There's rarely a manga that I want to get into.
Oh, here's my favorite
That's
manga,
fair.
Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time.
Ooh.
Oh, that was like on my to-read-to
These
list.
books are good for a while.
And then they're and then they're bad?
Well, Robert Jordan dies, and then
In real life?
Spoilers.
Brian Sanderson has to pick up the
pieces?
slack, as he often does when fantasy authors die.
Did he does he go through like notes he wrote or something? Because I like the 80s kind of look of them.
Are any of the Dune sequels good? Or?
No.
Okay.
I
So
wa-
not even Dune Messiah?
I still need to read Dune.
I'm 400 pages in Dune,
Well,
and I haven't progressed.
I assume none of them are good because everyone that I've been exposed to is bad.
Well, Dune Messiah isn't very long, apparently. Have they reprinted the Metroid one yet?
no, they haven't.
Because I'd buy that one.
The art of these is so good.
I would buy this right now, actually. Which game is it based off of?
Super Mario World, the one where Yoshi first showed up. Yeah, well,
Now, what is happening here?
They
So
got,
I can jack off to it.
Oh no.
Is Luigi turned into Peach? Or is
No. Peach wakes up and she's like, "Oh wow, what a nightmare!" And she wakes up and just sees that.
I watched, it's 4 episodes in the HBO Watchmen show, and I think it's very good so far. It really captures the spirit of Watchmen in a way that no other media apart from the original comic has. The biggest problem with the movie is that I like the movie, the Zack Snyder directed movie.
I like parts of it, but I haven't actually seen it all the way through.
The biggest problem with it,
Because I love the book.
yeah, is that its biggest strength and its biggest weakness is how stylized it is. Because, like, the original Watchmen, it's just supposed to be, like, normal-ass people. And, like, the fact that it's so stylized, it's like, oh, look at how cool all this is. When it's, like, it's not supposed to be cool.
Yeah, no, none of it's supposed to be cool, and I think the book does a good job with that.
And the new HBO show, it's just, like, the people in costumes, it's just, like, people in Halloween costumes. This is a comic I don't recommend. It's before Watchmen, the comedian, and also Rorschach. I read the Rorschach one. It's got very good art. Hey, The Vanishing, really good.
Okay.
Disturbing, psychological type mystery thriller.
Okay.
I should buy The Killing at some point.
Oh, you should. Do you know it? Do you like it?
Huh?
Do you like The Killing?
I haven't seen The Killing.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's
Good
phenomenal.
heist movie.
Underrated Stanley Kubrick movie. Because I love Stanley Kubrick.
It's one of his first.
It's his first real one. What came out before that? Killer's Kiss came out before that, which is on the copy. of it.
Yeah, it's
This is
included.
good. Dakota and I watched all of these. 'Cause I bought the Criterion.
We talked about this in the first episode.
Yeah, throwback.
Watched all of it? I thought- Or maybe I was just there for the one time I watched like 3.
Yeah, well, Dakota and I watched all of them separately.
Oh,
'cause-
I thought it was like a...
I want
'Cause,
this copy of Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Quentin Tarantino was very influenced by Lone Wolf and Cub.
Hey, there's our Godzilla boy, which you both bought.
Yeah, we both bought it. They had 3 at and we bought 2 of them. And
I'm kind of surprised that they're stocking so many of these because they're very expensive.
yeah, well, they're very popular.
Well, they know people are gonna
they
get
been?
them.
Yes, probably because of the sale.
Yeah. Well, no, this is good that it's selling well because it's like a really, really big collection.
Yeah.
Is this the biggest collection that Criterion's done?
I
Well,
want to say.
Zatoichi, 25 films.
This is like
How many discs though? Is it that many?
I don't know. Actually, it's quite a few discs.
Because this one, each movie's on its own disc, I think.
Yeah.
It is. I watched. There's a different art
I
for
mean,
each
this
movie.
is the first Criterion collection that I've seen that's literally this big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the only one.
Yeah.
The Del Toro box set's kind of small.
Yeah, it's only like this big. It's
Yeah.
actually pretty small because it folds out.
It's pretty. I like
I
it.
told Ward this when I bought this at the other Barnes & Noble. This is my 5th copy of the original Godzilla.
Oh, I'm not surprised. I
have
take it
5
you have the
copies of it.
original.
I have a bootleg that I got before it was available in the U.S. I have
The Criterion.
the Criterion. I have this Criterion now. And I have 2 copies of the Classic Media one that they released of the original.
What's that?
I have 2. Classic Media released a lot of the show, the original Godzilla ones in a box set. And they were the first to release the uncut original one. Salo.
Oh no! This is a bit. This is a bit. Is
This
what
isn't
it
a
is.
bit. It's genuinely a good movie.
Yeah, I know, but this is a throwback to when we.
This is a throwback to when we wouldn't talk about it.
RJ watched this movie by himself because he didn't want to share what he was doing.
This is notoriously one of the most. I don't know, how would you describe it?
I mean, it was banned
Disgusting?
in a lot of countries.
Controversial.
I'd say it's controversial, and it's one of the most banned movies that also there are arguments that it has artistic merit in that it is repulsive, but also it's trying to say something with it.
No, I get that it's trying to say something, but reading
it's
the week.
not like a Serbian film where it's just like
Garbage.
It's horrible for the sake of being horrible.
No, I get like the point behind Salo. It's just
this is a
reading the Wikipedia summary made me sick. So
This is a film where people are tortured and forced to eat shit for 2 hours.
yes, I know.
And then the director was murdered immediately after the movie was finished. This isn't really a Funko Pop. They're doing fast and loose with this.
That's not.
Oh, they actually, like,
it doesn't
did
really
something
fit
with
the
it.
format.
It has a base, which Funko Pops don't.
I don't
This is
collect
RJ Hanley, your Funko Pop expert on the ground. What's a Sith Jet Trooper? Is this from the upcoming movie?
No, that's in. Oh wait, I thought these were the guards in.
No,
8.
this is different. This must be from the upcoming movie.
Yeah.
It probably is.
Spoilers.
Oh,
Does
jeez.
This one actually bobble? Oh, it does.
I guess these are both.
What if they had one of
That's-
Ray but dead?
That's
The Mandalorian. Ray but dead.
Ray but dead, and then that's a big spoiler.
The Mandalorian.
That's how Pops got their start when they were bobbleheads, and then they just took away the spring and made them
Ultron
even
versus-
Dumber.
less interesting to look at.
Okay, why?
Why does anyone give a shit about the royal family and what they do?
People, I don't know. People get into it. I have a friend who gets into it. I'll ask her.
Princes and princesses.
I think it's the fact that it's like a fantasy in real life.
There's something for everybody. Love Mad Balls? Order a Wacky Pack Kids meal today and get collectible stickers or a Mad Balls water squirter toy. Only at participating locations and
How is it?
supplies last. This is how you Sonic.
I tried to swallow
Oh,
the stem
Why?
because it'd be funny.
I guess mission accomplished. I guess.
Which RJ spits on my food.
I wanted
Yeah.
to actually swallow it, but it didn't work.
Well, maybe you should try
Your
harder.
food's covered.
Full of nutrients.
I would say so. Me too. My chicken sandwich is
I feel my
okay.
strength.
Hashtag me too. What's our podcast called? Backlog Buddies?
Backlog buddies. Yeah, backlog buds.
Backlog Buckaroos. Can we change it? There's time to change it.
I guess we're still young.
Backlog Buckaroos.
We're young and infrequent, so we could
We're
be.
gonna do a spin-off podcast. It's gonna be called Backlog Babies. It's gonna be like Muppet Babies. We're gonna go on big adventures, and then a giant's gonna come in and scold us.
Okay.
Oh, I recently heard. Ward or Dakota told me, both probably,
Both of us, yeah.
that there's a new CG Muppet Babies series.
What? Really?
Yeah, that's fucked up, right?
I kind of forgot there was a. I'm not into Muppets, so like I kind of like forgot.
Well, even people who are into Muppets aren't into Muppet Babies.
When did Muppet Babies come out? I'm like not familiar with Muppet Babies.
Early 90s or 80s. Reruns played when I was a kid. What if the Muppets were babies? There is like an entire subgenre of like cartoon type, like, or children's character, like what if they were babies?
No, there was a lot of that. There was
There's a joke in The Simpsons. There's like, there's Scooby-Doo, there's Flintstones. There's a joke in Alan Moore cameos in an episode of The Simpsons, and Roy.
Are you okay?
No, I was about to say Rorschach. I'm going to say Bart.
Rorschach.
Bart asks Alan Moore. Yeah, what's the difference? Bart asks Alan Moore to sign his copy of Watchmen Babies. You can put the image right there.
Yeah, that's
Watchmen
pretty-
Babies.
Once in a while, The Simpsons, even modern Simpsons, does manage to do something good.
Yeah.
It's all on.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
It's all on Disney Plus now, right? That just
is.
came out.
Yeah. Hey, we recommend The Simpsons. Well, first like 8 seasons.
Yeah.
I started rewatching early Simpsons. I always start with King Size Homer.
Oh,
Homer gets really fat to go on disability.
I really want to, actually, because I watched it randomly, like very infrequently as a kid. I'd love to sit down and watch like the early
Dude, if
Simpsons.
you want to pound some Simpsons,
Yes.
I will do that.
Legitimately, yes.
I follow a lot of Simpsons meme pages that make a bunch of really obscure, stupid-ass jokes.
Yeah, I
I
know.
need more partners in crime with that.
I would love to, because I watched season 6 as a kid, as I had a DVD collection of it. But that was it.
I used to be so fucking into The Simpsons. I had a Simpsons box calendar,
Yeah.
like for every day, where it has Simpsons trivia on it.
How old are you talking?
I don't know.
25.
I don't know. What's old enough? What's the age that it's not embarrassing?
What's old enough? Generally 18.
I mean, I was a kid, but
Now you're a man.
yeah, like I had like 100% success rate on these obscure trivia questions on this box calendar because I was like super into The Simpsons. Yeah, it's only upsetting that it went on so long because it was so good. Like nothing should. I mean, can you think of anything that should go on for like 20 or 30 years?
No, it's always a comedy that does this kind of... Well, except for that show Supernatural.
Well, wait, no, there is a comic book. I'm gonna make a rec. All
right.
There's a comic book. There are certain things that should go on that one. There's a comic book by Stan Sakai called Usagi Yojimbo.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
That's
They met the Ninja Turtles
people
once.
generally know about it in the mainstream because he crossed over with the Ninja Turtles a few times, like in the cartoon and in the comics. And Usagi Yojimbo is like a feudal Japanese samurai, but he's a bunny rabbit.
Oh, okay.
But it's like, it's a very good comic. It's a comic that has not faltered in quality in literally 30 years.
It's been around that long.
It's been going that long. It's still going. This is why comics are the best.
One thing that's been going on for a very, very, very long time that hasn't declined in quality, in my opinion, Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, wait, that's actually a great
They're on
reference.
14 seasons, and honestly, it's still good.
No, I love Sunny in Philadelphia.
It's still good, and I don't even understand how.
I almost thought it was going to go downhill because the very beginning of season, this is very specific, the beginning of season 11 I thought was bad. I did not like the first, 3 episodes, 3 or 4, and then it immediately switched gears and became great again.
One thing that
and,
works
since then, it hasn't been bad.
I watched an interview with them, and they described why they think that they're succeeding where others fail, and specifically it has to do with their writing process,
Okay.
because all of them write for the show.
Yeah, no, I knew
So
that.
they describe the way they write isn't like a writer's room; it's more like a band composing.
That's a cool point.
That's how they describe it because they bounce stuff off each
Yeah.
other all the time. But there's they don't have a bunch of random writers writing for them. They're writing their own bits and going off their own bits with each other.
That's one of the appeals of the
I
show,
think it's
too.
more organic, and that's why it works.
Yeah, and it feels like, I know it's a funny thing to call, we're not talking about anything serious, but, it feels like more personal. It feels like the people you're watching, the funny people you're watching, created it. Was
Right.
what they
Well, it's
did.
also I feel like there's aggression outlets in it too in some ways because it's like Rob McElhenney and Bree on the show. They're married.
Yeah, yeah.
And Mac and Dee have a terrible relationship. And
Yeah.
I almost feel like that you can work some of your own real personal issues out.
Yeah.
Just being as abrasive to your spouse as
Yeah,
possible.
and plus everything in Sunny is over exaggerated and shit.
No,
so
yeah.
they're all horrible, and I just it's so great.
Well, they were talking about because Mac came out as gay on the show, and they said that they wanted to do it right, and they said they thought the best way we can do it right is that Mac still needs to be a shitty person.
Yes, yeah, he can't do a 180.
He still needs to be Mac.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's no, that's
And they kept that. They
Yeah.
totally kept that. I really thought it was going to go downhill, and I was like, oh, whatever. It's made it this long.
what was the start of 11?
The ski lodge episode that I hated, and there was another one that was there was 2 others that were stinkers. Then you get one of my top 10 episodes, which is when Mac and Dennis moved to the suburbs.
Oh,
And that is,
yeah.
I can rewatch
That's
that.
one of the best episodes of the whole show.
It really is. That is actually my top 10. And and then right immediately after that is I forget what it's called, but it's the one where it's called Being Frank, where it's a whole episode from the point of view.
No, when he meets,
literally
when he meets Artemis's parents.
Oh yeah,
It's
he's
I gotta say something smart. I'm full of dog poison.
My favorite bit is, and this is just a small bit, me and one of my friends quote this all the time, is when his landlord is yelling at him, but he's eating a sandwich during it, and he starts choking on the sandwich. Here, wait, I can recreate it for the viewer. Pretend this isn't a sandwich. And he starts choking to death, and Frank just starts going, "Ha, you dying, you stupid son of a bitch. Give me that goddamn thing." Then he takes it and starts
He takes a bite of it and then starts to choke
and then he starts choking. It's such a good bit.
What other fast food restaurant gives you a mint?
thought you were gonna say like Ajita or something. This place gives you mint.
What other fast food restaurant gives you?
I just said it.
Is Pizza Hut? Oh yeah,
I just said it.
What did you just say that?
Pizza Hut.
I said Pizza Hut.
Oh,
They give you mint and diarrhea.
do they give you a mint?
They used to. I think they still do.
I've never gotten a mint from
I've
Pizza
never
Hut.
gotten. I've sat down at Pizza Hut before. I've never gotten a mint.
I definitely have gotten mints at Pizza Hut because I remember looking forward to them because I was a little kid and I was just like, oh, my sugar.
Well, maybe they stopped doing it. When's the last time you got a mint?
Because I haven't been to Pizza Hut
I
forever.
don't keep like a little log in my head when I get mints.
I got Casper the Friendly Ghost rubber puppets.
I
Where?
have a
At
Pizza
Pizza
Hut.
Hut? Why?
That's also where I got my Book It medal.
Oh, okay.
Still open. Hey,
I don't know what this is.
I'm gonna extend the Book It medal because none of these motherfuckers are gonna watch it.
What is the Book It medal?
I'd watch it if I had Amazon Prime. I don't want to give Jeff Bezos
Okay, no
money.
one wants to listen to you.
Wow.
So, the Book It medal is there's like a reading program they want to get kids to read, and Pizza Hut would promote it. If you got enough stickers, you read enough books, you would get a little Book It medal. It's like fuck it, but book it. No,
Okay.
that wasn't the intent, probably.
It'd be kind of funny if it was.
But
though.
book it. But yeah, like I'm offering my Book It medal from when I was like 10 or something.
You still have it?
Does it have your name on it?
I don't think so.
Well, anyway.
It's just a tiny little model. If anyone who watches and finishes Nicholas Winding Refn's Too Old to Die Young on Amazon Prime, because I
Oh, I'm gonna, because I want to.
feel like it would be an accomplishment. I'm proud that I did. Not because it's bad, but it can be hard to watch.
All right. So. All right. So this episode, we're talking about.
This stack of Naruto mangas on fire.
No!
This is the second episode
This is
in a
the
row.
second or third time we talk about destroying
You
the
have to
stack of
stop
Naruto.
threatening Naruto!
I tried to participate in No Nut November, but then I heard the Criterion sale was on, and I came everywhere.
including back home, so you can be on this episode.
Yep.
That's how he got here. That's what propelled him.
His cum?
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's like a literary term for like when you do that thing in a sentence.
when you cum, there's a literary term for when you cum.
No, but he,
Propel yourself
but he
to
said,
ejaculate?
but he came all over the room and also back home when you like, you know, like,
you use both meanings.
yeah, like
Double
sentences. No, it's called like a zeugma or something.
What the fuck?
It's got like a funky name.
Who named that?
I don't know this.
Yeah, it's like
Claire's making this shit up.
nuh-uh. It's like the example sentence like he fell in love and out the window.
Oh, I get it.
A classic Zagnut. I just want to say that in our group chat recently, we were joking about foot fetishes, and Mike mentioned dirty feet, and Ward then said, "What's
What's a meal without some spice?
what's a meal without a little seasoning?"
Oh yeah.
And every time I've thought about this involuntarily several times over the past week, and every time the thought that immediately follows is, how fucking dare he say this? It's basically psychological warfare.
I'm glad that my spur of the moment thought while I was sitting on my couch all comfy cozy could cause such absolute mental anguish for you over a large period of time.
Yeah.
Ethan, you're welcome to my coffee that I've hidden up on there if you want.
Oh.
It's very cold.
You know what else is cold?
Yeah, I'll drink some.
What's cold? You'll drink some?
Yeah, it's peanut butter flavored.
Coffee? Are you at Starbucks?
Just pour some in his
I
hand.
need some bean juice.
You know what else is nice and cold? This can of Moxie.
Oh, wonderful. There's the man, the mascot.
Thanks
I
for-
know what Moxie's with the beer.
Thanks for bringing this to
it's
me
sugary
all the
poison.
way from Rome, New York, Dakota. It
Oh
tastes
my
like
God.
poison.
Hell yeah.
Plus it on hate real quick.
Okay.
Do you not care if I drink this?
You can have a little bit.
Okay, well,
We talked about earlier how these two boys got. You saw me shopping for Criterion, but you didn't see what I got. We'll get there though.
Is this a haul video?
This is a what
A fucking
video?
haul
Yeah,
video?
it is. I think it is.
My Criterion haul? H-A-U-L?
You should
Oh,
have.
I thought you meant like a hallway.
Yeah, they're in the hallway.
oh no,
Is this a
that's the
video from
Criterion
Hallway?
closet.
We talked about what I got. No, we didn't. Start over.
We've this.
You'll see what I got.
Leave it in. Leave it in.
No,
leave
no,
it in.
well, okay, I'll leave
It's
it.
going great.
You haven't seen what I've got, but we already saw what they got. But let's go into detail. What'd you get?
We didn't-
Reiterate.
I don't know if we
We
did.
didn't show it,
Yo, look, check this
A
out.
little show and
but
tell.
we got our little Godzilla books.
They released we talked about it on a previous podcast.
Now we got them.
We got combined with our powers combined. There are 30 Godzilla films. This is the first 15 Godzilla films. So much trash. Most of these films are very entertaining and good. Only $250.
Show me my favorite one.
I'm working on it.
Okay, thank you.
Take out a mortgage.
So first off, can we get this? Can we just get Minion shot here?
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, get him.
This fat little
Let me
space
just
man body.
move a little closer.
I thought you said Minion.
There he is.
So girls look at Minion in shot.
What if
Minions.
you saw Minion in there?
Always here.
Real quick, Dakota. There's a piece
That's like
of
a
art.
little Blair Witch reveal.
Here's a follow up to that on the left.
Oh, what a boy.
So for anyone who's unaware, this is the most important character in all of Godzilla Canyon, Minya. He's Godzilla's son, and he's very chunky, and in the dub at least, he sounds like a yucky cartoon dog.
He's kind of like the school shooter of the Godzilla universe. What does that mean?
In what
Well,
way?
he's the one who ends up killing Ghidorah. Well, he's bullied. School shooters aren't bullied, but let's go with the myth.
Yeah,
So
the misconception that America loves so much.
so Minya's bullied by Gabra until
Oh.
he's trained to kill. That's it.
How do you get this shit out of him? Like, where are the discs?
Oh, you don't.
Yeah, so
Oh, you
don't.
Oh, hell.
You can't remove the discs actually.
Yeah, they're embedded.
But there are some really nice illustrations. There are illustrations and essays galore.
Show off one of the illustrations there, Jay.
Now, the cheapest you can get this set is probably $110.
Because of the sale.
Yes. But
We already did that.
I like that one. We like that one.
We already did that.
we already did that.
Whoa! What's going on in this
Let's
one?
use that one.
Yeah, Godzilla dances.
Oh, yeah, that's the dance.
I haven't watched these yet. I really want to. I've only seen like a couple. I've seen a couple random Godzilla movies, and I would love to see this. I just don't want to pay the money for this right now because I haven't watched I've watched like two.
If
of
you had
them.
a gun, you could
touch it?
steal
I
anything.
kind of do want to touch it actually. It's like nice.
Yeah, that's true.
But a gun probably costs about as much or more. So it has 15 different like full-page illustrations from famous manga and comics creators.
If you're someone like me who doesn't have like any Godzilla movies on any sort of media, this is a really good deal. Also because these movies aren't dubbed, which was one of the biggest appeals for me. Because getting Godzilla movies without dubs can be a real pain in the ass. And a lot of the dubs are not good. So
Oh yeah, they're not,
it'll be nice.
aren't none of them good?
Yeah.
Aren't none of them.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
I still-
are any of them good as my question?
I mean, I like Minya's dubbed voice acting because of how
Can you do
horrible
an
it is.
impression of Minya's dumb voice?
And Gira's sounds very similar to Minia's too, where it's just like, hey there, Godzilla!
Don't come to school tomorrow.
Some of you guys.
Some of you guys are cool!
I got the 400 blows. This is like it's not a porno word.
Ooh.
You made that joke earlier.
You made that joke yourself.
You did.
I made that about a different one.
Oh, RJ made that joke. RJ made the joke. I'm sorry.
I don't know what this says about us that all three of us like could have been called.
Yeah. Yeah. This is. I think it's the debut movie from Francois Truffaut. If that's how his name's pronounced. But I haven't seen any of his other movies. But he's like a classic director, I guess. And this movie's one of my favorites. I watched this like years ago.
What's it
And
about?
It's just about like a kid. It kind of reminded me of Catcher in
Who
the
gets
Rye.
blown 400 times by
Yeah, he gets. It's about
by
a
the
kid.
Giving Tree?
It's about a guy that gets blown 400 times by the Giving Tree.
That's a little inside baseball.
It's like it kind of reminds me of Catcher in the Rye, but like a little better. And I like Catcher in the Rye, but like this is like
How much do you like Catcher in the Rye?
kinda.
I've read Catcher in the Rye twice.
I liked it a lot when
Oh.
I was younger. I don't know what I think about
Oh.
I just wasn't sure which of you is more likely to try to assassinate John.
FBI, if you're listening, don't.
it. Yeah, FBI. Hey, if you're watching this,
FBI, don't watch this.
I've never read Catcher in the Rye, for the record, so...
Okay.
FBI, if you're watching, we'll do this when we mute it, and we'll do this when it's time to view. Watch
Yeah.
it.
Ethan's online handle is Mark David Chapman Lover 49.
Yeah, 48.
What?
You know what?
60.
I feel weird about this bit. It's about a kid who like doesn't want to grow up and he's just like trying to be a kid still, but like that's it.
Alright, sounds bad. Next one.
I'm gonna love this one. I also got Like Someone in Love, which is a Japanese movie
Oh.
by I think an
Oh.
Iranian director.
What?
Yes.
Oh,
Huh.
okay.
Yeah, he's made movies in like several different languages. Like
He
has one
Japanese Japanese language.
yes.
I think like this is a film by a Japanese director. The director's Iranian.
No. This is a.
That's
I
a
said
curveball.
this is a Japanese film by an Iranian director. I watched it like years ago when I was first getting into movies, and it's so slow and patient and like I don't know. It's just it's about like a sex worker who she's going through a real tough time, and she meets this old man and becomes friends with him. And it's just that for an hour and a half, and it's really like nice. And if you just want like a slow burn, it's short. It's like an hour and a half. If you just want like a slow burn drama that like kind of hits a little harder later on the more you think about it, check it out. It's not very well known. I really like it though. I kind of forgot what happens though. I remember like parts of this movie and really loved it. Knew I wanted to buy it, but I watched this like 6 years ago. So I'm excited to give it another watch. Watch that. That sounds kind of cool. Not as exciting as Godzilla, but like, hey.
Wait, did you buy a third one?
I was gonna buy Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Mm-hmm.
My wallet was like, cut that shit out though. But I got these two.
Well, we kind of went through that too when we were looking through manga and stuff also.
Yeah, he wanted to get manga.
Well, thumbs down for Fantastic Mr.
You did
Fox.
too. We went
Thumbs down for manga.
Oh yeah, I almost bought Mob Psycho, like 3 volumes
You
of
want,
it.
you want that
Oh.
big Berserk.
I want the giant volumes of Berserk because they're so fucking expensive. Every copy of Berserk is fucking expensive. Read for free online, everybody. Good manga though.
FBI, we don't condone that.
FBI, you can watch it.
I don't condone that Ethan does.
What, Berserk or reading it online?
Piracy.
No one can. FBI rewind and watch that part. Who gives a shit? What are you holding?
I'm not holding anything.
You actively are holding something.
It's the piece of.
I'm not holding anything.
It's the piece of paper that it came with the Godzilla
Yeah,
box.
it's this little guy.
But it's meant to be disposed of.
So there's a lot that I don't
Yeah.
remember. So I'm really excited to rewatch it.
Both of these sound interesting to me.
In Blizzard Beach, when you're going down the lazy river, there's a house, and a man just like sneezes on you through a window. Like you go past a house on the lazy river, and a guy's just like, "Oh, true," and it sprays water on you.
That's crazy.
I don't want that.
Where's Blizzard Beach?
It's like in Florida,
Oh,
Disney World.
I'll check that out.
I never remember which one
it's,
is which.
yeah, same.
That happens
World's
on
Florida.
that happens
World is
on
Florida because they're disconnected.
Land is
King Kong's stupid ass adventure. In Universal, when you're like he like knocks your shit around,
It happens.
and at the end he gets like really close, and they're just like he looks friendly, and then Godzilla, fuck me, King Kong is just like, and he just sprays you with warm water. It's like, did you fucking not?
Quit cleaking on me.
That happens in the Bug's Life 4D adventure too.
Not you, really.
Heimlich the caterpillar just belches all over your face, and you're like, "Oh, it's so wet. I love it."
Is that when you had an awakening?
Yeah. That was when the beetle entered my butt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
all this stays in.
Oh, we saw Lighthouse.
Ugh. What did you guys think of it? Because I feel like you might.
I thought it fucking sucked.
Whoa!
Wow.
What?
Whoa.
No, I'm just kidding. The Lighthouse was really good. It's directed by Robert Eggers, the director of The Witch, which has become a very popular horror movie among horror movie fans.
It's one of my favorites.
In case something got chopped out too, we're doing like no spoilers, but we are going to talk about like the general like vibes of the movie.
There's a lot of farting.
There's a lot of farting. There was a lot of farting.
That's not specific, but that's definitely a theme.
There's
Right,
lots
big
of farting.
It's a very smelly movie.
It's a very stinky movie.
You get to see some,
They develop
naughty things that your mom would want you to.
When the movie finished, because me and some friends saw it together, and one of them had seen it already. This was rewatch, and he it's like his favorite movie of the year, and he wanted us to like watch it together. And I went in because like The Witch is like it's artsy, it's slow, yada yada, but like it's kind of straightforward still. Like it's easy to follow what's going on, minus like the language in it, how that's kind of hard. Like it's still like relatively straightforward. The Lighthouse, I went in pretty blind. I don't even think I saw I didn't even see any of the trailers. I just saw like the posters.
The trailer's okay.
The trailer is good. I saw
The trailer
It's
doesn't
not bad like most trailers.
The trailer doesn't give you much to work on, which I like.
Yeah.
Because I saw the trailer, at the end I'm like, guess there's a lighthouse.
There's a lighthouse and it looks like a horror movie.
Yeah.
But I went in thinking it was more of like a straightforward theme, like in The Witch, like okay, there's a witch and it's gonna get you, or like yada yada yada, or like
that was the tagline, right? The witch.
it's gonna get you. Well, you see the baby disappear in the trailer, and like, you know that like that's the catalyst, and they're all gonna start accusing each other. The Lighthouse, I went in thinking it was gonna be kind of what you're expecting.
Yeah.
I actually went in thinking it was like a monster movie. It's all over the place. It is still like a horror movie, but it's a lot more on the psychological side than The Witch.
Pretty abstract.
It's like way more abstract than The Witch is what I'm taking a million years to say. It's like a lot more abstract.
It's been like a day, and I've been thinking about. I read some stuff last night about some things that you can draw from it. Which one of them I wouldn't have guessed. I'm not going to talk about it because I'm not spoiling stuff. But like, I like movies where I have to sit and like kind of think about what I saw, both on a thematic level and like on a literal level of like.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of trying to like figure out the exact timeline of events and what happened and why they happened.
Yeah, I like movies that like are just media in general, where I have to like kind of solve a mystery, sort of. And there's definitely like a lot of mysterious things that occur in the Lighthouse, where you're kind of like in your brain, you're like, there's like a lot of evidence that you can gather, and like you're just comparing evidence to other evidence, and you're just kind of like, oh shit, what am I putting together?
There's one person could have a theory about the actual goings on in this movie, and another person could have another.
Yeah.
And I think both of those theories, if different, could still be valid.
Yeah.
Because I think there's multiple ways that you could like guess as to what happened, and you could still be right.
It's funny you said that too because sorry.
No, that's good.
It's funny you said that too because me and I saw it with 4 other friends. There's 5 of us, math, and we did literally that. Like 2 of us, we watched the movie and then like we went in separate cars, but we met somewhere else to hang out afterwards. And in one car, me and my one friend were coming up with all these different theories. We really liked it. We came up with one idea, and then our friends in the other car had like a different idea, and we like had a conversation about it. And the fact that we like immediately kind of had that kind of discussion, I thought was like really cool and interactive with the movie and shit.
I think just like the aesthetics of the movie are like really cool.
Is it
and,
in
like, really
4:3, 3:4?
Yeah, it's the ratio on it.
The aspect ratio is weird.
Is super
One of my friends like
claustrophobic.
elbowed me. He's like, "Is this something fucking wrong?" And I'm like, "No, I think it's a choice. I think it's a
I had
choice."
that thought initially too, but I kind of stopped noticing after a bit.
It
Well,
kinda-
you get enveloped into it.
aesthetically, I think it looks like a really old movie, just in terms of like the fact that the ratio is just like this.
I thought it was trying to look like an old, like early nature documentary, or like a sea. What's it called? Like a nautical documentary kind of thing. I don't know. I got that kind
I
of
know
vibe.
what you mean.
Yeah, I got that vibe from it. I thought that was the point.
One thing that I really appreciate about this movie too is this is the first movie that I've seen like Robert Pattinson in since I think like the bits and pieces of Remember Me that I saw, which is a movie with a very interesting twist. There's no lead up to the twist in Remember Me. They just drop it because I feel like they couldn't figure out how to end the movie and they wanted to pull on heartstrings. Anyway,
Camera on me. So if you like Red Lobster and Margaritaville, you'll like the Lighthouse. The Red Lobster is a lot like Eraserhead, and Margaritaville is like The Shining, and that's what the Lighthouse is like.
it's a good bit.
This isn't a bit. This is my review of the movie. How fucking dare you, Cameron Ward?
Cameron Ward, you gotta finish his
How
bit.
fucking dare he? This is the how fucking dare he, Cam.
Apparently, I interrupted RJ's Red Lobster review. Lobsters are relevant though, I guess.
Lobsters are relevant, and Margaritaville is relevant because it's a nightmare.
Margaritaville's
I feel like Margaritavilles aren't like.
Watching The Lighthouse is a
Outside
lot
of,
like
like,
going to
4 cities.
Margaritaville because you're just like, oh fuck, what's happening?
I'm gonna throw this in for
Oh, a
context.
giant
'Cause
blender shit.
There's only like fucking 10 Margaritavilles in the entire United States.
I think there are more.
There's very few.
Whoa,
There aren't many.
we lucky few.
bold claim.
lucky few. Margaritaville is a
Margaritaville
Margarita is
locations.
a restaurant chain owned by Jimmy Buffett, and when you walk in, it is very clear that it's owned by Jimmy Buffett
Well-
because his face is everywhere.
There's over 30 locations around the world.
30 locations globally is very few.
Maybe I
burgers are
overestimated.
$17. Just throwing that out there. 15 on like a cheaper one.
Sometimes a man walks up to you on stilts and makes you a balloon animal, and I'm definitely positive that's a place for fetishes.
So Robert Pattinson is really good in The Lighthouse.
Yeah, anyway, back to that.
well-
He's really good, and it's the first time that I feel like I've seen him in a movie and actually liked him.
Seeing him in a string of like A24 and art house type movies, he's been very good in all of them. He was in Good Time, he was in Damsel, he was in High Life, and now The Lighthouse. And all of those movies are really good. He's killing it. He's gonna be Batman.
Oh yeah, I'm like down for that. I can see
But Willem Dafoe is the one who really steals the show in this movie.
Yeah,
He's
because
the
it's easy-
saltiest sea captain.
it's easy to like forget that it's even Willem Dafoe, honestly, because
I mean this is a good way. This sounds like an insult. He's like a living cartoon character.
Yeah.
Like he
No,
looks like
100%.
he looks like a cartoon pirate or captain,
has-
and he's
yeah.
very good.
Yeah, intentionally so.
he has a sailboat tattoo on his chest.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
sailboat like right on his chest.
Oh my god.
You can see it in. I won't say the scene.
There,
but you
there,
can
there's
see it in
there's
the
like
scene
two
he's
scenes
not
where he
wearing a
like
shirt.
where his shirt is off and you can see it's like a little
I
sailboat.
know. I think I was mainly just
They're both brief.
reeling from everything else I was watching. I probably didn't pick up on that.
Yeah.
There's like 20 Margaritavilles in the U.S.
But still not many.
That's still not a lot.
Didn't I say like
That's almost 24.
Almost.
That's terrible.
But it's
More
not.
than more than a baker's dozen.
We also saw another movie.
Oh,
talk about greener grass? Or?
No, Tammy/Tanny.
Oh, yeah.
Slash Tanny.
Well, yeah, it depends on
I didn't see
Tanny or
this.
Tanny. And the T-Rex or the Teenage T-Rex.
Who saw this?
Dakota, Ward, and I saw a new version of the classic film.
Y'all seen it, y'all love it.
You all love it, but here's a new version for you Tammy heads out there. Tammy and the T-Rex stars Denise Richards. It came out in 1993.
It's directed by the director of Mac and Me.
Yes.
Wow.
This was the gore cut.
Yes.
Because originally they filmed Tammy and the T-Rex, and then they thought, well, let's edit it down so it's not R-rated, because they originally filmed it to be R-rated, and then they made it into like a family-friendly movie, even though there's a striptease in it. But
This movie is 90% fucking and killing. So I have like no idea like
how they edited it down.
Yeah, how they edited it down, because it's all just like huge gore effects, people like just being super horny, like strip teases.
A brain comes.
A brain comes. A brain comes.
What made them?
That's what sapiosexuals are super into.
Yeah.
I really want. Well, I mean, okay, the brain comes, but the brain comes because he watches a strip.
Oh, let's say what the premise of Tammy and the T-Rex is for the
I think that
very few people.
That's what porn is for sapiosexuals, is watching a brain orgasm.
Oh, you mean the other way around?
Yeah.
I
got
it. Okay.
I mean, watching the brain come.
Yeah, sparks shit out.
That's what gets them going.
There's probably like one person out there who hasn't seen Tammy and the T-Rex.
It's like It's a Wonderful Life, basically.
They show it every Christmas season.
Tammy and the T-Rex is the classic story of how a boy is killed.
More than one way to kill a boy, says Tammy and the T-Rex.
That's what happens. The boy is killed, and then a mad scientist puts his brain in a mechanical T-Rex.
A boy is partially eaten alive, but that's not how he dies.
Yes. Yes, he is mauled by a lion.
He's mauled by a lion, in small town America,
also,
like you do.
Important to point out, this boy is played by a very young Paul Walker.
They just found the R-rated version. Vinegar Syndrome released it, and it's got a lot of good gore effects. It's got like gore effects that are on par with like Tom Savini and how wild they are.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
There's definitely a scene where T-Rex steps on a car, there's two guys under the car, and the car pushes down and like pops their eyes out.
Blood sprays out of them like a super soaker. And
it's kind of like a toothpaste tube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a movie that it was edited down to be released like near family friendly.
Oh, it was released the year I was born.
What kind of vibe do you get from the full version?
I cannot imagine. I want to see
it would be
the
like
original cut because I don't understand how it's even possible.
Well, what vibe do you get from this? Like a comedy? Well, like a raunchy comedy?
Well, it's like partly a comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like most.
Oh well, it's some parts are intentionally a comedy. Some parts are like kind of unintentionally a comedy because the comedy's like fucking bad.
Some parts are like really explicitly homophobic.
Yeah.
I recommend watching the gore cut from Vinegar Syndrome if you watch it with a friend or multiple friends, if you're so lucky.
Is it different if you're watching it alone?
I mean, I imagine if you're watching a bad, it's a bad movie.
It's a bad movie.
So if you're watching a bad movie alone,
but it's
not fun. But
yeah, like I wouldn't want to be watching that by myself.
Yeah, it's a fun bad
If
movie.
you watch the gore cut alone, you're a fucking pervert.
I mean, yeah, probably.
That's what the critics
Based on some of that content.
I haven't played this game yet because
We're not talking about Death Stranding.
I haven't. We will real quick.
This one.
I haven't played Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding yet. I haven't played Death Stranding yet because I'm kind of interested, but only kinda, and that's my final take on it. Because what do you guys think of it so
Let's
far?
give our thoughts on Death Stranding 5 seconds or less.
Yes. What is it?
It's
one by one.
Yeah, it's real high concept. I'll explain it.
There we go. Longer than 5 seconds.
Okay, well, no, actually,
That's actually pretty apt, I think.
it's about. Oh God.
Strands.
Jesus Christ! It's your typical Strand game. There's you know how you were a kid, you sat down, you ate an ice cream sandwich, you played your typical Strand game.
This is literally what the game's about.
Oh. Okay, so the plot of the game is that the worlds of the living and the dead have overlapped, and you have a baby and you have to deliver for FedEx.
Yep.
So you throw piss and blood at ghosts.
You do.
And
Quick aside, have you ever actually tried to piss on one of the BTs?
No.
It does something.
Oh, okay.
They hate it.
I'll try.
Much like if you piss on me right now, they hate it. I think it's moody, and I like the stuff that it does with the online connectivity, because it takes like writing signs in Dark Souls to another level, and that everyone shares a thing.
Okay.
I just started building roads, and someone used my road a lot, and I got so many likes that I leveled up 30 times.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, I missed the high five. Do it again.
Oh, wait.
Cool.
No, I just both.
On in.
Both.
I played it for 4 hours.
This is exactly what it's like to play Death Stranding. This is the rest of the online community.
I think that the asynchronous multiplayer is really fucking cool. Genuinely, I think that's a neat mechanic, and it's honestly part of the reason I'm playing it. I actually don't care all that much about the narrative so far, but I'm really interested in what it's doing mechanically. I think it's gorgeous too. But.
I'm the opposite. I don't care about the gameplay. I'm interested in the story because it's batshit insane. It's like a crazy art house sci-fi movie.
It is.
I inexplicably like the game so far. I feel like I should have.
I do too. I really like. It's kind of a relaxing game to play. There's a character named Die Hardman.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Relaxing is not a word I thought I would hear to describe this game, based off the trailers and shit.
Really is.
super mellow overall.
You throw a bunch of pizzas on your back. I mean, this is an actual thing you can do in game. You throw a bunch of pizzas on your back, you climb a mountain, you give them to a guy, and he gives you a bunch of likes. You feel good about yourself, then you go to sleep.
Yeah, the gameplay. There's some combat. There's combat and there's stealth elements, but it's mainly a game where you walk across a barren landscape and climb. And
yeah, I couldn't from trailers and gameplay footage. I couldn't really get a grasp on what was happening.
There are people who will steal your packages sometimes, but it's okay because you can run them over with a car.
What's the baby then, or is that a spoiler?
Okay, well, the baby is your typical Strand baby. Hideo Kojima, he pioneered the stealth game. He invented a genre with Metal Gear and Metal Gear Solid. The biggest compliment I can give to Death Stranding so far, I've only played 10 hours of it, maybe, but. It feels like a very original. It feels like a new type of genre.
It's doing its own thing.
It's doing its own thing.
I have a lot of respect for like it or dislike it. I have a lot of respect for the game because it's a AAA game that's just doing its own thing.
That is really neat about it.
It appeals to absolutely nothing about Well, in terms of what a marketing exec would be like. This is what kids want. They want battle passes and microtransactions. Not getting too deep into epic gamer levels of the discourse around games right now because
I feel like we talk about it a lot too.
Yeah, well, people have a lot of opinion on games and a lot of them are bad. But regardless of that, it's so original in its design and what it's trying to do, and it's kind of mind blowing. Yeah. It exists on this level of production.
I also think it's really interesting just to have a video game that's I don't know. Kojima has always sort of gestured toward non-violent video games, non-violent gameplay. It's always almost always been an option in Metal Gear Solid, and I thought that's kind of neat. And I know that you can be lethal in this too. But I appreciate that the combat itself is kind of it's secondary, and I think that's kind of neat. It's a AAA video game that isn't about you running around doing shoot gun stuff. You can, from what I understand, but it's not necessarily the core focus of the game.
If a baby cries,
it's a hiking game.
If a baby cries, it comes out of your controller. That's startling the first time it happens.
Oh boy.
Getting chased by a bunch of scary goo monsters, and then suddenly your controller starts to cry, then you panic. So to soothe the baby in game, you actually have to rock your controller like a baby, like this.
Wait,
this is shake it.
Really?
But if you do that, that doesn't work as well.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Like that.
So why does he have a baby?
Because all
right. Well, if it takes a minute,
one sentence. It helps him sense ghosts.
Yes.
Okay.
Explain it a little
Duh.
Fucker.
The babies exist on the line between life and death because they're born to comatose mothers, but they're not actually born. They're removed from the womb, so they can't survive without it. So they're alive and dead at the same time. Philosophically.
No, yeah.
Hideo Kojima.
Obviously.
My only thing to add is that I've never been able to get into Hideo Kojima's games, but I've always appreciated what he's doing.
Wait, so are they supposed
This one
to be
is not
non-viable
accessible.
fetuses?
Well, really, is it not? Okay. Well,
I'll say this: if you have trouble with a lot of his stuff, then you're definitely gonna have trouble with this. I think that
because with me, Metal Gear I think is really cool story wise and all this other shit. I just can't get into stealth and there's something about
really about stealth.
It's
that's why I'm wondering if I'll be able to enjoy it.
Can push the joystick forward.
Yeah, I think you'd be able to.
That's the thing. I'd probably like it. I'm not in the mood to play it right now, but I feel like I will be giving it time.
Yeah, if it's the stealth that's giving you trouble, it is.
It's really just stealth.
But it is 100% different than Metal Gear Solid. The closest it is MGS5.
Okay.
In terms of the way the stealth works.
Conan O'Brien's in it.
Yeah, that's true.
I know a million people that got old immediately after like everybody started jumping
I'm
in.
starting to have opinions on all that, but I'm like, I guess I'm not far enough in the game that I can really say much. But I will say it is kind of annoying.
It's such a clusterfuck on purpose that I'm kind of willing to jump into
I
anything.
don't mind it though, because in some ways, I guess this is almost kind of like a reaction back to how Kojima's probably feeling a lot better about being able to work on something and not have like corporate stiffs breathing down his neck around like MGS5.
It's just
where he can actually have fun and just make something he wants to make.
Yeah, it's just outright distracting to me sometimes. Like, I actually got used to seeing Del Toro as, like, a pretty major supporting character. But, like, the idea of just suddenly seeing... There was that one shady one where apparently there's a Famitsu journalist that's in there, and that's a bit weird, because they gave the game a perfect score, but I don't know about that.
Can you just throw up #Gamergate?
Yeah, Gamergate 2.
Eric believes in truth in games journalism.
See, this one won't take off.
I don't know. I don't mind it because they're mostly just cameos. They're relegated to that, and they're not like major incidences.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know. I'm just like happy that Kojima isn't like literally handcuffed to Metal Gear anymore because he hasn't wanted to make Metal Gear for a long time.
He wanted 4 to be the ending, right?
Metal Gear
Story.
Metal Gear Solid 2 in a lot of ways is a rejection of sequels anyway.
He wanted to do 3, but he didn't want to do a single game after 3 about Metal Gear. He liked doing Zone of the Enders. They never gave him Zone of the Enders 3. Konami just like saddled him to this one franchise, and you can tell that he didn't want to do it after a while.
Well, 5 is like the epitome of that, right? Like I hear 5 has good parts.
Peace Walker, I think, is actually worse than 5. I would say definitely check out Death Stranding. Don't necessarily go out and blind buy it, but like you can play it tonight.
I think everyone will enjoy it no matter what.
Wow.
I'd love to see that as a critic blurb on the front of the box.
Game with universal appeal.
A game that appeals to everyone.
Everyone wants to be Norman Reedus and P.
Yep.
I agree.
Yep.
We saw greener grass.
Yeah, we saw greener grass.
We did.
Not this guy.
David
But
what?
You didn't see greener grass.
Yes, I did.
Oh,
What?
you just didn't see it with us. You saw it a different time?
I was fucking sitting here
What?
in the room with you when we watched it on the TV.
Ward, you're so forgettable.
I didn't see it there.
Hold on, Claire thinks I was there, and she thinks Ward wasn't there, so I'm like a cool guy. And
I
Ward's
can't
like,
remember anything.
well, anyway,
Everybody hates Ward.
Greener Grass is a movie that just came out. It was directed by Jocelyn.
Oh, you were? No, I remember. Okay, we good. You were?
I was not. I saw it by myself in New York. It was directed by Jocelyn DeBoer and Don Lueb.
Let me see.
You could be right or wrong, and I couldn't stop you.
Yeah. That's like a absurdist comedy thriller.
Yeah.
Okay, it's A24, right? Because I haven't seen it yet.
No.
Oh, I thought it was A24.
I actually
Okay.
don't know
I think it's
who produced it.
Neon, maybe?
It probably is.
Yes, I believe it was.
Wait, no.
The production company is weird. It doesn't matter.
Oh, IFC Films.
No, yeah.
Okay.
IFC Midnight, yeah, because I made a joke about being IFC Midnight, and it actually was.
The way I really felt about this movie, I enjoyed it. The way I felt about this movie is like if you've ever had a nightmare that when you were in the nightmare was like really scary, and then you woke up and you were like, it's pretty funny actually. If you got to see that whole experience from like a third person perspective as it was happening, that's a lot like what Greener Grass is. My recommendation would be if you have seen like maybe like Too Many Cooks or like some other Adult Swim specials.
It is 100%. It is a Tim and Eric skit that just doesn't stop.
Yeah, if you're into that kind of humor, you'll probably really dig it.
I really want to see it then. That's a good sell.
It's actually, it reminded me of my childhood.
Oh boy.
Specifically the 2 years I went to Christian school. Same vibe. That's all.
That's terrifying.
It's
that's scarier.
It's a hellish movie. It's like
I am like, this is a 100% sell. I want to see it now.
I think you would like it a lot. It's very funny. It's also very disturbing.
Don't watch the trailer on this one.
Don't?
Actually do not watch the trailer. The color palette is vibrant to the point of it being downright fucking obnoxious.
Hell yeah.
It's insufferable in the best way. Like, it's really good.
Oh man, the kissing scene.
Yeah. The movie like comes out
think.
swinging with
That's
like
immediately what I
several.
think of.
This sounds like somebody trying to sell me on a Yorgos Lanthimos movie, almost.
I would not make that
No,
comparison.
I don't know. I was.
Well,
Yorgos Lanthimos movies are similar. Yorgos Lanthimos directed Dogtooth, Lobster, Killing of a Sacred Deer, and The Favorite. Greener Grass is similar to those in terms of.
It sounds like Killing the Sacred Deer.
Well,
to
it
me.
has an element. It has an element of absurdity to it, like Yorgos Lanthimos movies. The difference is that Yorgos Lanthimos movies are drier and more sinister. Greener Grass is.
Well, Sacred Deer was incredibly similar. I saw Sacred Deer and The Lobster, and both of those.
Yeah, Greener Grass is more overtly funny, and it's not as dark as Yorgos Lanthimos movies.
Okay.
It feels very goofy at like almost all times.
One of the things that I appreciate about it the most is how, capturing that sort of like nightmare vibe. There's a lot of scenes that bleed into other parts of the movie, like small elements of other scenes will almost bleed in. So like,
I love that.
There's like one bit at the beginning where like a kid's just making a doll out of corn husks. And then his parents are like, "Why are you making a corn husk doll?" And then like later on in the movie, they go into like this classroom, and on the background, it just like in the background, like on the back wall, it just says the word corn husk doll. So like there's just like weird like little elements that bleed into each other. So it feels like you're in a nightmare. But it's very funny.
I love that.
I like every TV show that they show on the TVs.
Oh my god.
Kids with Knives is a life-changing experience.
Ethan, you have to see this movie.
Do you guys have a copy of it, or like is it on video on demand or something?
It's on VOD.
Okay, I might want to watch it soon.
It's available now.
I could easily recommend that movie for watching it within groups or just by yourself because it's like
I might watch it like soon.
I want to pick up a Blu-ray of it because I really enjoyed it.
The two leads are phenomenal. They're also the directors and writers. They're like insufferable. Again, I would use that word to describe it. It's got such a specific voice that it's going for. And
You don't want to meet any of these people.
No, they're all awful. And it's very good. I don't know. I would definitely recommend it. Two thumbs.
I'd recommend it as somebody who fucking hates like 90% of the comedies that I've seen. Comedies are very scary for me to go into because I'm always just worried that they're going to be fucking terrible and I'm going to be trapped watching a comedy for 2 hours that isn't funny. So Greener Grass is cool.
Yeah. Well, I think it works on a comedy level for a lot of it's very absurdist, which is definitely like my jam when it comes to comedy. And that like I don't know, I don't want to see like a situational family comedy where it's like, oh, the kids ate all the pudding and got it all over the car. Wow, and it's like that's okay. But if it's just like, I don't know, it's just like, wow, I hate my life, time to take off my braces with these wire cutters. That's funny to me. Why? It just is, because it's crazy. And
Well,
like,
it's because comedy's got to be unexpected.
yeah, because it's just like really like
And you
out
can't
there.
expect this movie. You
can't
won't expect
expect
it.
it.
You won't expect it.
You won't expect it.
You
Look
won't
behind you.
expect
Hey, viewer, look behind you. It's Greener Grass.
a Blu-ray copy.
There it is.
Oh, it's just a
Out the window.
just put it in. Just superimpose
Yeah,
it.
put it in.
green grass.
Yeah, put it in.
All right, it's done.
Grass.
Show the whole movie right here. I kept it warm for you.
Oh, thanks. All right, well, this has been
Oh, okay.
Because you're right there. This isn't supposed to cut you others out. Thanks for watching this impromptu kind of lo-fi episode of Backlog Media. Tune in. Check us out on social media, on Instagram and what's the other one?
Twitter.
Twitter.
I don't use Twitter. I use Instagram.
Chili.
I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
We had chili earlier.
You had chili earlier. You're just smelling your own breath, and you're like, Ethan smells like chili.
Battery died, I think.
Battery down.
Oh, pretty cool. No, it's still recording. No, that's because he put his finger.
Okay, it's still recording. Eric! Then you can add it straight to me real quick. Hey Anon, you want a cookie?
Gentle viewer, a cookie.
Okay, cut.